Big tech now acknowledging COVID origin may have come from a lab. Facebook tweaking their policy that it will no longer take down posts claiming COVID-19 was man-made. Here on that, KTTA Seattle radio host Jason Rantz. He joins me now. What is your reaction to that breaking news? Facebook saying, you know, maybe we did get it wrong. Maybe they didn't say it, but they got it wrong. And they're not going to censor Americans now on their platform.
This shouldn't be breaking news because they should not have done this to begin with. They should never have censored folks from basically putting out a legitimate story that we've known about for a while. We don't know where it came from, but we certainly have reason to believe that it came from this lab, and we should be encouraging more of an investigation to move forward. And for Facebook to come out there and say, oh yeah, we don't trust it. We don't really want to give any benefit of the doubt to the Trump administration or the Republicans who are pushing this for the last year, that really tells you that they are not about news. They're not about objectivity. They're about specifically going after their political targets. And right now, that remains the Republican Party.
Yeah. Isn't that what they got wrong to begin with? Is that because the Democrats were saying, OK, this is bad. This is Trump, folks. This is the MAGA crowd having questions that they decided to start censoring things when they really didn't know themselves, right?
100%. And what I don't think they realize is that they are doing more harm to the cause than not. Because obviously they're still censoring and they are burying stories that have to do with the vaccine and good faith questions or concerns that are being raised by folks who, yeah, maybe they are a little bit hesitant, but they're hesitant to get the vaccine because their questions aren't being answered. And instead of answering questions, we're just saying, you can't ask them. And if you ask them, you're an anti-vaxxer. Well, no, we want to create people to be pro-vaccine if it works for them in consultation with their doctors. And the only way you can get people to trust the information is by giving them the information. You tell me that I don't have the right to ask questions, well, then I'm going to become suspicious of what you're hiding. And that just is counterproductive.
Yeah. Jason, before I let you go, you've been doing some reporting on some kids that have been affected, they say, by the vaccine. What do you know about that?
Yeah, so yesterday I spoke with an 18-year-old. He's local from Kenmore, Washington. And after he got the second vaccination shot, he got the Pfizer, he, within a couple days, started to experience some severe side effects that weren't the normal side effects. He was experiencing chest pain. He could barely move his neck. He was saying he hit a fever that he didn't think he was going to hit. And so he finally went in to the ER to find out he had myocarditis, which is a heart inflammation condition. The CDC right now is doing an investigation into some reports that they're getting of a rare side effect that happens within 4 days for teenagers, young adults, mostly male, and it happens within 4 days. So it really connected with him and his timeline. Now, the second he started to talk about it, people started to attack him and me for being anti-vax. It was like, no, we're getting this information out there to protect people.
Yeah. Jason, I got to tell the audience, because we don't know if this has impacted him in the way, if it was the vaccine. Yeah. But what's important is that we ask those questions. And our government should want this type of transparency. If we want to dispel some of the myths and get folks to take the vaccine, then we have to be transparent about this process. So we'll continue to watch your report. Thank you so much for coming on the program.
Thanks, Lawrence.
Coming up.